In today's video, I am going to be breaking down Derrick White and what he does on the court that makes him special and some of the things that he does that you can incorporate into your game so that you can become a better basketball player. Now let's get down and let's check out Derrick White. Really quickly, if you want to be able to shoot the ball from further away, make sure to go check out my shooting workout that is down in the description below. And if you like the idea of me writing on this video, go check out Coach Lens. It's down in the description as well. Okay, so we're going to pick up right here and what he's doing off of this screen. So after this screen, what he does is he notices that his man is following him over top of that screen. So he cuts in extremely early. This allows him to keep that defender on his back. It also draws in a secondary defender, which leaves an open passing lane to one of his teammates. After he makes that pass, he doesn't just stand there and do nothing. A lot of players will just stand there, do nothing after a pass. You have to move after you pass. Now, that doesn't always mean cut to the rim or set a screen. In this case, he's backing up and spacing the floor. Spacing the floor is very important. You do not want to have a lane clogged up because you're just driving and kicking and then not doing anything. So by just moving out to the perimeter and now spacing the floor, that allows his teammate to drive, takes a defender with him, which then leaves Derrick White wide open for that shot. But now watch, when he's receiving this shot, while he is standing straight up, watch what he does when he receives that shot or that pass. He steps into his catch, which means that when he catches that ball, he's going to be ready to shoot, which allows him to actually get that shot off and makes it. Catching on his left, going to his right so that his right foot is in line is what allowed him to have a faster shot, but also being ready so that he wasn't blocked is extremely important too. Now in this clip, he receives that essentially a dribble handoff. It's not really the greatest of dribble handoffs. It's not something that would be part of the play, but his man was slacking off. He was not guarding him at all. And while there was a passing lane to the man who just passed to him, he wasn't looking. Some players will make the mistake and say, well, you were wide open, I'm just going to pass to you, and then it goes off their back or it goes right by them in turnover. Here he was ready to shoot. He pulled for the shot and he was able to make that shot. Always be prepared to shoot. Always be in attack mode. Now I really want to show you this next clip right here. So Derrick White gets that pass out on the perimeter. Now, if he was just a little bit more prepared for that three, he could have taken it. Even though there was a guy closing out, he would have had enough space to be able to get that shot off. But instead he receives shot fake and then he drives to the, or at least towards the paint. He gets cut off. He's not able to make it, but watch what he does. He turns his back to the play, which is generally something that you do not want to do, but he keeps his head facing this way so that he has some peripheral vision as to see what defenders are doing. After that, he's able to dribble out. He gets that switch. Now, at this time, this defender is clearly thinking that Derrick White's going to drive. His butt is back too far, and he's not balanced, which then allows Derrick White to get his shot off because that defender's arms were down. In fact, a lot of the times when Derrick White gets that ball, even if it's in transition, as we see right here, if the defender's arms are down, as Robinson's arms are right here, guess what happens? He pulls for that shot right away because he knows he has the exact amount of time needed to be able to get that shot off. Hand down, man down. Now, watch what happens right here. There's a wide open lane. We have guys who are not playing particularly great defense. We have this guy who is in gap position, who should be playing a lot deeper. We have this guy who should be recognizing that this guy is not in the right position and should be guarding more of the paint, so that now this guy would guard two guys. But this is the NBA, not the greatest of defense ever. And because there was the open lane, Derrick White was able to see that. He then cut down that open lane that allowed for a pass to him, and he was able to get himself an open, well, slightly contested dunk. So anytime your defender is lacking, he's slacking off, and you can notice that the first thing that you need to do, especially if they're looking away as this defender is right here, is cut. You need to be able to cut to that basket. If you can cut to that basket when your defenders are not paying attention, you are going to be a very highly wanted commodity for any team that needs a guard or a forward. Basically, if you're a guard, you need to figure out what separates you. And this right here, cutting off ball, can separate you from everybody else. And that's exactly what we see right here. After he passes into the post, his defender slacks off. He might have thought that this was going to be an away screen, but either way, that defender is not really paying attention. He's not playing real defense. While he is playing in the gap, he needs to cut off this cut, and he doesn't. Derrick White's able to get right past him. Easy pass down middle, easy dunk. Again, cutting off ball, especially after a pass or entry pass into the low or high post. If you can cut off of that, your defender is going to be most likely sleeping anyways, so you can get these easy layups or dunks. Oh, and by the way, if you are a player who's able to dunk, always go for two hands if possible when there is a defender trying to block you. Two hands is better than one. Now, this is an early possession paint touch. This is something that NBA teams really try and push for. An early paint touch. Get that ball into the paint as early as possible and either score or kick it out, because what's going to happen is exactly what you see right here. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 players all looking at the ball in the paint. In this case, he goes up for that floater and he makes it. But he had other options if he needed them. He had 4 other players he could have passed to, but he was still able to get that shot off. So if you really want to impress your coach, if he allows you to do this, obviously with newer age coaches like myself, we want to get as many paint touches as possible early on in the possession so that we can get the defense on their heels, and you'll be very successful scoring. I hope that this video has helped you become a better guard. If it has, hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys again in my next video. Make sure to go check out my shooting workout that is down in the description below if you want to be able to shoot the ball from further away.